The first time I was actually really like almost terrified and sickened by a movie was I was in the 5th grade. The double feature was Don't Go in the Basement and Last House on the Left. So Don't Go in the Basement, that's pretty easy. All right, so then Last House on the Left starts. And it was so scary and so violent. And so that was exactly my fear. I wasn't afraid of monsters. I was afraid of home invaders. When I was a little boy, I was afraid of home invaders. To me, that was the worst thing, is people coming in and commandeering your family or commandeering you. It was just so terrifying. You know, Krug and company, David Hess and Fred Lincoln and all those guys. You know, people oftentimes will ask me why it is that I respond to, you know, for lack of a better, we can call it exploitation cinema, B cinema, genre cinema, whatever. Why I respond to it so much. One, I've always really, you know, of course I'm going to respond as a cinema lover to stuff that's viscera.
It's very primal, isn't it?
It's primal, and there's something going on, and you know, and it may be subversive, it may be this, but you know, there's something going on there. But the #1 reason I like those movies, you know, what I do with them is different. All right. I'm taking them and I'm turning them into something else. Hopefully you get the same viscera. Hope you get the same charge and you know, electricity of it. But one of the biggest thrills to me cinematically watching those movies is, you know, it's easy for a normal audience to just see a B movie from any kind of era right now, all right, straight-to-video movie. Just like, oh, that's not very good, and those actors, you know, whatever. There's many cheesy elements in it. They don't have much time. You know, and it's easy for people to put themselves above a movie. But when they don't put themselves above a movie and they keep watching it, it's just keeping you interested enough to keep watching. When all of a sudden you actually click into the movie. When all of a sudden care about the movie. You actually care about what happens. You want to know what happens. And these characters actually mean something to you. When, in this crazy, weird, sleazy little exploitation movie, when did you start caring? And the fact that now you care and now you're invested, that's one of my favorite things that can happen in cinema. And especially when people get connected to a movie that they would, you know, by all rights think that they're superior to. You know, with me going to see them, I actually literally was in, you know, the later part of elementary school going on to junior high. And there weren't other kids doing that a whole lot. All right, going to see those movies. They were seeing the bigger movies. So I'm literally I have no one to share it with. And I didn't have any friends other than the other people in the theater. Yeah, so it's always, you know, it's just it was just all compounded in me. And there was, you know, if I ever met anybody, even, you know, at some weird film festival, weird screening, another film geek, I didn't know any film geeks when I was a kid. I was it. So whenever I'd meet some film geek at some event, I couldn't believe I hung on to that person. We talked for 3 hours. They knew all the actors I know.